Alright, so I wanted to do a little bit of a video on the Ixil exhaust installation on a 650R, Ninja 650R. So what they don't tell you from Ixil, the exhaust ships with this little adapter. This is for the 2016 Ninja 650. Goes in here for the O2 sensor. But us lucky Americans don't have a sensor. Here's your stock exhaust over here. New sensor. In the US, they don't carry a sensor. Over in Europe, they have a sensor. So, what they don't give you in the package is this. You need an M18 by 1.5. Ixil, please start keeping this with. You should have shipped this with me. Give me both. Give me this thing and this. The other thing is, run over there to Advanced. Get yourself a little spring installation tool. And this is another little thing. Ixil, if you guys would throw this in the box. Look at this thing. I just paid $11 for this stupid thing. And I feel like I could have made that for about $1. But if this was in the box and this was in the box, I could install this whole thing without having to run over to the parts store. So let me finish up the installation here, and we'll get a look at what this looks and sounds like. Okay, so we got the Ixil exhaust now up and on there. I tightened everything up. So you know, those are M12 bolts right up there. You can reach them just with this ratchet with a M12 socket on the end of them. Very nice headers. There it is, and I just fired it up. Sounds okay, but we're blowing out quite a bit of machining material, oil, out of it. It's smoking pretty good. I gotta get it out there and run it. Get all that burn off. I need to wipe this down. So a couple things with this spring. Guys, this spring is on here tight. I used my spring installation tool here with a pair of gloves and a whole lot of grunting, and I got it on there. If you take a look here, I put a mark. Ow! That's hot. I put a mark. That's how far that's supposed to be inserted. But, let's see, does that focus? Let's see, they do this all the time. Nah, there we go. That's how far it's supposed to be inserted, and that's all the further it goes. I have it installed on that hole. It almost looks as if I could get that to go all the way on, then I could move that up to the other hole. But I don't think I'm going to cause any damage by running it where it's at. Something else to keep a note on. See, that's behind the bracket. It will go up on the other side of the bracket, but I'm assuming it needs to go on that side because that's where the original exhaust mounted to. Let's see what else. I talked to these guys twice now. Took them a little while to get the exhaust to me. These are made in Spain. Don't let them fool you. This is not an American made in exhaust. Very nice guy. The second time I called him, I told him my concern with this tight connection here. I didn't want to insert, and he recommended putting it up on the bike and then putting this spring on with that tool, and that's about the only way you guys are going to get it. And then also he got me the information on that plug. So that plug fit perfect. That's what it is. It's an M18 by 1.5. Don't try to jam a pipe plug in it. So let me finish wrapping this up. Oh, and I tore off all the fairings to get this side fairing off. There are a lot of pieces to get this thing apart. I guess I didn't have to do all this after the fact. If you come down here and you just simply split the connection down here, you've got these plastic rivets. You can pop the plastic rivets out. You should be able to separate that, and then the exhaust will drop out without ripping this side fairing off. But in order to get the side fairing off, you got to take the instrument panel out. A whole bunch of stuff. It has to come apart. I don't recommend doing that if you don't have to. It just adds time. So let me get this thing all back together and we'll do some video shots with and without the DB killers. Oh, and I talked with him about, I picked the flat black because I thought the flat black would look good with the bike, and it does. But the problem with the flat black is that header is stainless. This flat black is just a coated steel. My concern is there is no way that coated steel is going to last. I went over, I talked with him, I said, you know, have you had any issues with these rusting? Is this going to rust? Because I almost was tempted to send it back and get the stainless version. But he assured me, he said, I have never had a problem with them rusted. So we'll see, I doubt that. But if I get 3 or 4 good years out of this exhaust with it, this color, you know, and it needs to be blackened again, we'll do that. But it was a big toss-up between the Yoshimura, the two brothers, but I really like this 2 turnout, double turnout exit that Ixil has going for these bikes. So, okay.